Hello, let's learn binomial expansion today. And a simple formula for binomial expansion is this: a plus b raised to n equals NCR a raised to n minus r times b raised to r, where r is the terms. Okay, and so you can apply here as I have written this: x plus y raised to n is equal to NC0 x raised to n y raised to 0 plus NC1 x raised to n minus 1 y raised to 1 NC2 x raised to n minus 2 y raised to 2 and so on till x, the power of x becomes 0 and power of y becomes equal to n. So as we can see, the power of first term is decreasing, power of first term is decreasing and power of the second term is increasing, okay, till it becomes equal to the power n, right? And how to calculate the coefficients NC0, NC1? So here is the formula for combination, where NCR is given by factorial n over factorial r times n minus r factorial. And factorial n is calculated in this manner. So like if we have say something as 7 factorial, so 7 factorial is nothing but we can say it is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, and so if you have to write something like 7 factorial over say 3 factorial, so I can simply do 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial and over over 3 factorial. So my 3 factorial will get cancelled over and I will be left with 6 sevens 42 and 5 fours 20. So that would be equal to 2 twos 4, 4 twos 8. 840 would be our answer for 7 factorial over 3 factorial. So this is how simply we will calculate the factorials. And just to understand like how this NC0, NC1, NC2, we can also say relate it with the Pascal's triangle. So let me show you that as well. So Pascal's triangle, as we know all, is like written like this, like 1, then we write here 1 1, and then this 1 1 2, and then here 1 1, then we do 1 plus 2 3 here and 1 plus 2 3 here and then 1 1 written, then we do 1 plus 3 4 here, 3 plus 3 6 here and 3 plus 1 4 here and then again 1 1. So this is like how when n is equal to 1, when n is equal to 2, when n is equal to 3 and so on, right? So this is how this Pascal's triangle is formed, and these are nothing, our coefficients of the terms are nothing but the Pascal's triangle thing. We can relate it to Pascal triangle. So if it is say 1, then 1 plus 4 5, then the next would be 10 here, 10 here and 5 again and 1 here. So this is how a Pascal's triangle, we can relate it to Pascal's triangle. Now let us quickly take one example and try to solve it according to this. So let me remove this Pascal's triangle and this all thing so that I can write the question above and we can quickly see it. Yeah, okay, so let us do this thing here. I'm writing the question. I need to change my color. Yes, now it is done. So since let us write here this x plus 6 raised to the power, not 6 here, I don't want 6, I want 2. Okay, so x plus 2 raised to the power 6 we have to calculate. So how we will calculate? So if we multiply it, say x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2, then there would be possibility of making a lot of mistakes. So we will directly do it by using binomial expansion. So here I am writing my n is 6. Okay, so 6c0 x raised to what? 6 and 2 raised to 1 plus 6c1 x raised to 5. Remember, the power of first term will keep on decreasing by 1 and power of the second term will keep on increasing by 1. So it is 2 raised to 2 now. Then 6c2 x raised to 4, 2 raised to 3. Then plus 6c3 x raised to 3 here and 2 raised to 4 here, right? 1 2 3 4. Then the next thing would be 6c4 x raised to 2 here and 2 raised to 5 here, correct? Let us check. x raised to 6, x raised to 5, x raised to 4, x raised to 3, x raised to 2, right? And 2 raised to, wait, we have to start from 0. 2 raised to 0. See, this is how we caught. So let us change it, no problem. So I will write here 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4. So how you can see this 0 and this 0 should be same. That is how. And then 6c5, x raised to 1 and 2 raised to 5. And lastly my term would be 6c6, then x raised to 0 and 2 raised to 6. Now let us quickly calculate that. 6c0. So 6c0, how I can do? This is factorial 6 over 0 factorial and 6 minus 0 factorial. So 0 factorial is always equal to 1. So 6 factorial over 6. So this would be just 1 only. And 2 raised to 0 is also 1. So 1 times x raised to 6 times 1. This would be my first term, plus 6c1. So how we will calculate 6c1? It is factorial 6 over 1 factorial, 6 minus 1 factorial, which is 5 factorial. So 5, I can do this 6 times 5 factorial over 5 factorial. So this is equal to 6 here. And 6x raised to 5 times 2, right? Then next term would be what? 6c2, means it would be what? 6c2. So let us remove this thing from here. I'm removing it from here, yeah, so that we can write and calculate our terms. Fine. So 6c2, which means what? 6 factorial over 2 factorial and 6 minus 2, which is 4 factorial. It means what? This is 6 times 5 times 4 factorial over 2 factorial 4 factorial. This goes out. This will become 3. 3 5 is 15. So 15 times x raised to 4 times 2 square, which is 4. This is my third term. Then coming to next term. So next term, for that let me remove this thing from here and let's quickly do what is 6c3. So 6c3 can be written as 6 factorial over 3 factorial over 3 factorial. So this is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial into 3 times 2 and 1 3 factorial I will write as it is, gone. So 6 gone. So 5 4 is 20. So 20 x raised to 3, 2 raised to 3 is 8 multiplied. Then 6c4 we need to calculate. Let us remove it from here. So 6c4 we need to calculate now. I can say that would be what? 6 factorial over 4 factorial and 2 factorial. So that is what? 6 into 5 into 4 factorial, 4 factorial, and this 2 gone. So again we will get here 15. 6c4 is 15 times x square times 2 raised to 4 is nothing but 16 plus. See, we can use calculator, but we should also know how to do it manually, right? And quickly as well. So here the next was 6c5. So factorial 6 over 5 factorial 1 factorial. So it would be equal to 6, right? And times x and 2 raised to 5, which is 32. Okay. And then the last term would be, let me remove this thing from here. Last term would be what? 6c6, that is 6 factorial over 6 factorial and 6 minus 6 0 factorial, so gone. So that is 1 only. So 1 into x raised to 0 into 2 raised to 6, 32 times 2 is nothing but 64. So this is our last term. So now let us see how to write this. So x plus 2 raised to 6 would be what finally? It would be x raised to 6 plus 6 2's 12 x raised to 5 plus 15 4's are 60 x raised to 4 plus 8 28's are 160, so 160 x raised to 3 plus 16 times 15, that would be 240. x square, and plus 32 times 6 would be 180, 192 x, and plus 64. So this is how we find this binomial expansion. Hope you understood. Yeah.